This woman pretended to be sweeping the floor, but she was actually trying to steal apples from the tree. The pastor said he was going to pray, but he was actually going to steal some wine to drink. After finishing the wine, he stuck his head into the dungeon, claiming he was there to check on the prisoner, but he was really just trying to humiliate him. As he left, he even made a show of making the sign of the cross. The prisoner looked as if he were asleep, but he was actually waiting for an opportunity to escape. The wealthy merchant upstairs saw it all, but he didn't want to meddle. He just loved pulling out the chest from under his bed every day to count his secret stash. The gleaming gold coins lit up the entire room. Just as the fat man in the building across the street spotted them, the fat man's lips curled into a smirk. He turned around, picked up his knife and fork, and tapped the table. His wife brought the meal to the table, then left carrying a basket, saying she was going to fetch firewood. But really, she was off to have an affair. This scene was also witnessed by the old woman upstairs. At that moment, while the woman was away, the fat man quietly climbed through the window into the wealthy man's home. He dumped out all the gold coins, then threw the wealthy man out the window. The man with glasses saw the body and tried to climb up to investigate, but was spotted by the old woman. Without a word, the old woman started screaming, instantly drawing all the villagers over. The man in glasses was berated by the old woman. No matter how he tried to explain, it was useless. Meanwhile, the fat man was stuffing the coins into his own pockets, then climbed out through another window. The man in glasses was caught by the villagers and locked up in the dungeon with the prisoner. The prisoner's scheme had fallen through, so he hated the man with glasses intensely. At the wealthy merchant's funeral, the villagers all pretended to weep, while the real murderer pretended to be a good person and buried the body with his own hands. The villagers chopped down all the apple trees the man with glasses had planted and turned them into a gallows, but they shared the apples among themselves and started drinking to celebrate early. While everyone wasn't looking, the woman secretly slipped the bespectacled man a shovel. Once he got it, he frantically dug a hole. Just as he escaped, the prisoner called out to all the villagers and told them everything about the bespectacled man's escape. The villagers grabbed their tools and gave chase. In a moment of desperation, the bespectacled man climbed onto the roof and managed to evade them. In the middle of the night, the fat man was too excited to sleep and started counting his money. Suddenly, he heard footsteps on the roof, so he climbed up to investigate. The woman saw this and followed him. The fat man took off the bespectacled man's glasses and tried to push him off the roof, but the woman grabbed him. The fat man shoved the woman aside. Just as he was about to attack the bespectacled man again, the bespectacled man struck back. The fat man fell straight off the roof, still clutching the bespectacled man's glasses in his hand. The woman dragged the bespectacled man away and fled the village in a hurry. Meanwhile, the old woman keeping watch was fast asleep. A swarm of ants, sensing the scent of food, gathered around. The next day, the sun rose. The old woman woke up to find only a pile of white bones, with the bespectacled man's glasses lying right beside them. So everyone said the dead man was the bespectacled man. The old woman, finding there was nothing left to see, kicked the bones. The villagers dismantled the useless gallows. Feeling unsatisfied, they went home and returned to their old lives, except that every now and then, they'd peek out to look at one another, waiting for the next spectacle to appear.